Hi, gorgeous Kelly Roses. How are you, my darling? Oh, thank you, Care Bear, my darling. Here, you guys are advertising on the billboard like freaking bosses, getting up there in the list to ensure that you get lots of followers and friends. Of course, we do teach a three-prong approach here at Favorited to let you guys know how to become successful. And one of those things is prong number 3, attend the big community events. This is one of those. Of course, in the big community events, you're going to have several hundred people here, so make sure you're on your best behavior. You are chit-chatting with each other in the chat. Of course, if there's fame to your name and you're able to advertise yourself, it's a great opportunity for you to get some visibility, my darlings. But pay attention and write down what information is disseminated here and ensure that you take it back to your own favorited crew, your families, and your teams, so that we all have the same information, right? A rising tide lifts all boats. And itchy glitchy, thank you, honey. The boats, the boats that are being lifted today are all of us, right? You know, whether you're a little tugboat or a rowboat or a canoe or a kayak or an ocean liner like Best Buy, we're all being lifted the same way by the same tide, and that is Favorited and the incredible staff here. I'm so grateful for their transparency and willingness to jump on weekly and give us all updates. We are still in beta and the app is being built, and we just have a lot of updates and things happening. Last week we talked about moderators and keeping our communities safe. The week before that we talked about safety, ironically, and issues with trust and safety. So it's a hot topic around here these days. My boss lady Sarah's here. Hi, boss lady. Hi, Homestead. MVP Began, thank you so much for being here. Wayne, thank you, my moderators, Wayne and Squirrel and Head Fried Rice and Pickle Juice. Gorgeous Christmas Generator, thank you so much for being here. Tater. Hi, Andrew Big Slice. Yeah, Dash, thank you. Texas Katie, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, hold on. The Joker is here. The Joker is here. The MFKN Joker. I'm rated G, otherwise I would have been saying something else. But my darlings, thank you so much, Bamber Crew, for rolling in. And BAH family, blessed and happy. Big 30 mix. How are you, my excellent brother? Thank you so much for being here. Homestead, Boss Lady Sarah. I am Jen is here. Vegan Saya. Thank you so much. Cassie and Cassie. I love you, Big 30. And you know what? It's a great day. Zach decided to pop in here today. Zach's going to co-host with us. I think I did actually turn off my co-hosting. So if he's live, he can't find me. Is he live yet? Ashley Nicole, my gorgeous girl, is here. We have a couple birthdays happening on the app. So I just want to remind you guys that it is the Vault Guy's birthday. It's that Sky birthday. And thank you so much, Big Worm. Big Worm, it's not his birthday, but you know what he can do? He can dance. He can dance like a mother. He can dance like a peewee. Tequila. That's right. Big Worm. And you know who else? We actually have some screen recordings of some other friends. So we will be putting together the screen recordings of our Cheese Ball Challenge. If you're not aware, Tatansky. Hi, Tatansky. Hi, Mother. How are you, my friend? If you're not aware of the Cheese Ball Challenge, you can certainly still participate. We're doing it all week long. So go get your bucket of cheese balls and we'll co-host or bring you up in boxes and get you doing the challenge, which is to put as many as you can in your mouth and then say, favorited favorites are mi favoritos. We will get you in the ads and the snips and the clips, all right? The other thing we're doing some dance-offs. The Pee Wee Dance, the Macarena, yeah, the Austin Powers, okay? So we did some of those the other day too, and we sniffed and clipped that. So we've been having a lot of fun here in the community. Of course, Happy Pride Month, everyone. We were asked to ask if we were gonna get pork rind cheese puffs. Yes, Teton Sky. Here's the thing. If you're allergic to cheese or, food that's bad for you, we will allow you to do the Cheese Ball Challenge with any manner of size snacks. So we did have Sharon do them with Flaming Hot Cheetos, which was hilarious. We had Drew do it with cashews, dangerous, but still tasty. We had our gorgeous Bite from the Wasp Nest do it with grapes, snacking grapes. That was tasty, okay? And then of course we had some cheese curls. Will someone go over to Scolati Pasker, Nico's live, and tell him what we're doing Wisdom Wednesday, and I don't mean to ignore him, but I can't accept any requests right now. Scolati Pastor Nico, just pop over there and let him know I'm just waiting for Zach. Otherwise, I would absolutely co-host with him. I don't want him to feel like I'm ignoring him. Okay, 152 MVPs, guys. Let's try and get 300 there for Zach. We're starting a little bit late. I know we're starting a little bit late, but it is Zach, our CEO and co-founder, Zach, today. So let's go ahead and see if we can get our 300 in here to make sure that he knows that it's definitely, the community really looks forward to these, and they're beneficial for us. And we want to ensure that we give him a warm howdy-do welcome. My gorgeous M. Rose. Oh, I love you so much, Miss Rose. Thank you for being here. You guys are absolutely amazing. I just want you all to know how grateful I am for you. We talked last week about safety in the community and moderators assisting us. The week before, we did talk to Zach, our CEO, about our trust and safety team. And, things just happen each week. Things just happen where people, feel like they need some extra, security, and they want to know what happens when someone gets in trouble, or if someone's getting in trouble, or how can they possibly get away with doing that, or what. I can't believe that happened on a live. And ultimately, the bottom line is, you guys, live streaming here on Favorited is like regular life. Right? We have a lot of people that just turn their cameras on and broadcast their day, like Ed TV, like the Truman Show, right? Except for they hopefully know that they're broadcasting themselves, okay? But you're going to see a lot of things here on Favorited that are allowed, that you'll see walking down the street. As a matter of fact, Zach had said in the past, whatever is allowed here on Favorited is pretty much the same stuff that you're going to see walking down the street, as long as it's legal, right? So there's just a lot that you're going to see, and we just want to make sure that you guys know that there's an opportunity here for really connecting.
Hey, hi.
Hi, how are you, my excellent friend?
Good, how are you?
I'm delighted to see you. I know this is a little last minute. I'm grateful that you're still able to pop on. Anything in particular you wanted to address with the community?
We could go through a bunch of stuff. We're working
Okay.
on a lot. We have some fun stuff that's coming out soon.
Oh, we love fun stuff. The first question I was asked to ask you, though, Zach, is it is Pride Month. Are we going to get any kind of Pride gifts in the arsenal anytime soon?
I'm not sure. I mean, we definitely had stuff planned, but again, there's a lot of stuff going on. We're also moving offices right now, so some people don't have access anymore.
Wait, again?
Yeah, we've outgrown that last office.
Can we just get you a warehouse in anticipation of the future growth? Because that's crazy.
The new office is kind of like a warehouse, kind of as big as a warehouse.
Good for parties.
We have better places
I merged
for
my
parties.
chat. You want to merge your chat?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just ask the chat again. Reminder, I'm rated G, so if you do swear, you owe me a speed demon. Second of all, thank you for keeping your chats classy. You can be sassy and brassy, but again, rated G. And then if you do have questions, we have several moderators on my side and on Zach's side. We've got incredible favorite employees here that can absolutely address the questions in the chat, you guys. If you do have specific concerns that are of a personal nature, please don't put those in the chat. We don't want you to divulge your personal information here on the live. There are safety@favorited.com that you can contact, or of course support@favorited.com for your specific, we don't want you to air out all your laundry, whether it's dirty or not. Just don't show the drawers, okay? All right, Zach, it's rated G. It's Wisdom Wednesday. We're screen recording for posterity and YouTube. Go ahead and hit your hit list, man. I want to hear what you've got for us.
Well, we've had the 2v2s and free for all out for a little bit. We're still, first and foremost, are we seeing less bugs in the app than we were 2 weeks ago? You guys? No, not less bugs. Still just as many bugs.
More.
Some people, yes, more bugs than a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Okay. What?
So
what is the biggest
I'll tell
bugs?
you my bullet point that I've got personally that, we do have this similar complaints. So the most recent are, of course, the heating up of the phones, right? They're still running way too hot. We still have the issues with when you, hi Ace, when you merge chats, when you're co-hosting on the new version and you disconnect, the chats stay merged. So even if you go move on to someone else, you're still there, right? We still have the report button over the boxes when you're doing the 6 on the side. We have the live stream recap is not listing out for a lot of us. And then we do have so when you say glitching, like when you're in a box, we still have the box glitching, right? Eric's working on the live stream recap. I gave him a heads up this morning. The other thing that we have is the audio still trails over from other lives when you go from live to live. And then the biggest complaint outside of those, I know those are all pretty big ones, but the biggest complaint is that you're not showing live when you're live.
Got it. Yep. Those are known. I know that we've been very focused on bug fixes for the last couple weeks, and we've been testing them out. But
random muting in boxes. Okay, the muting in boxes, that's a known issue too.
Is there someone on the team in here with me? Do we have?
Yeah,
Kelsey,
JB is in here. Eric is in here.
Kelsey, are you in here? Oh, yeah. Okay, you guys are here.
Yeah.
So are we
That's my next
seeing
one.
that those? Are you guys seeing those boxes are glitching? Is it the flickering?
Well, so the flickering, right? That happens to me when the phone gets super hot. And I just have a permanent fan attached to my phone now, right? A permanent, what is it called? A magic cooler, a magnetic cooler, and that seems to help. But when the phone gets too hot, the flickering really is bad. And then, did you guys have the pixeling as well, or is that improved now, chat? The pixeling.
And you're getting the whole app closed while live.
Okay, well, Sweet Squirrel says that it's improved for her, so that's nice. Yeah, yeah, it flickers. Sarika has free screen recordings. We do too. Hi, gorgeous Ace. Okay.
If anyone is in here and is very interested in being part of our beta group to help squash these bugs, can you send a message to support@favorited.com and say interested in the beta? And then they will follow up and give you an application to fill out. Like if anyone
So
in here is like, I want to give my feedback so that, especially if you have Android phones, if you have a unique phone, we need more of that. But
So
yeah,
that's the difference, though. Like the app is in beta, but we have things that are being
yes.
tested that are on like kind of more of a
This
beta
will be on
beta.
a
So
this will be on a continuous basis. So we will always have the app overall is in beta, but eventually we will be live and we will still have a beta group.
okay, so to test new things out. Yeah. So this is. I mean, I'm not an employee of Magic Cooler, nor do I vet their quality or what. But I've used this, right? So this is a magnetic fan, and it's you can't hear it. It's on right now, but it keeps my phone cold. So if anybody wants to do that, I actually got mine a year, 6 months ago, and I've been
Oh,
using it just for
nice.
the past couple weeks.
Yeah,
How do you
eventually
sign up? You want an email to support@favorited.com?
support@favorited. That's not the sign up. They will give you an application.
Okay. Um, J Rez, can we stop glazing TikTokers? We need to glaze the people that
Cool.
are here every day. What's glaze mean?
Glaze means compliment. I mean,
Oh,
what's the glazing that you're seeing? I want to glaze everybody.
I mean,
Not
to
like that. Don't put
glaze.
that.
I mean, I hate donuts, but I like the glaze. Cover me in
Temperature
glaze.
warnings. Are
Yeah.
you doing it outside? Can't use when the phone's too hot. Interesting. I think that we know there's some bugs that were created in the last couple weeks. There was an upgrade that we did, and it caused fixed some bugs, and it caused other bugs. So we are, yeah.
Okay, Justin is really, really, really wondering about the Pride gift. So Justin, I don't know if you heard there. We thought that there were some that were created. They haven't been released yet. He's really hopeful that there will still be at least one Zach that's sent, before the end of the month. He's feeling not seen.
Yep. I the I know we have had, so part of the thing there is that we've had to do more for the VidCon stuff. There's going to be a big VidCon activation, not just for the people at VidCon, but for everyone else who's on the app too. And it should be a lot of fun. But that's diverted some resources.
Okay, I mean, I don't want you to spill all the secrets, but what do you mean about a big VidCon
Cannot,
activation?
that is 100% a secret.
Dang it! Oh, I got all excited.
Have yeah, no, it's literally a secret. It will say secret in part of it. Um,
Okay,
have
all right. Does it have anything to do with the cheese
has
ball challenge?
no, but do you know I am good friends with Cheeseball Man.
Okay,
Do you know
so
Cheeseball Man?
I don't. Do I need to know Cheeseball Man?
I mean, if
Because
you're talking
I've
about the
eaten all
Cheeseball
his
Challenge,
balls, apparently.
if you're talking about the Cheeseball Challenge, you should know Cheeseball Man.
No, the cheeseball challenge that favorite is cheeseball challenge is to put as many as you can in your mouth and then say
Oh,
favorited favorites or mi
nice.
favoritos.
Well, everyone be
And
careful doing that, but
we,
cheese.
we we do have hazard warnings. You have to have somebody there for the Heimlich if you're really going ham.
Yes, please be careful doing that. Cheeseball Man is a superhero in New York who ate an entire thing of cheese balls in front of a crowd. If you look up
I do that
Cheeseball
on the
Man,
daily. Do I get a cape? I mean, come on. Like, seriously, like
yeah,
that. Well, I've done
Did-
worse, but seriously.
Does anyone in here feel like, so the black screen spiral glitch thing came back? Yeah. Does anyone feel like there's any improvement on the disconnecting?
The automatic, like your live automatically shutting down. Yes, that's been improved for us.
That's been
Yes.
improved?
Yeah.
No, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Black screen?
Hi, Best Buy baby, honey. The black
Yeah, I
screen,
think
I'm not. Yeah.
a lot of you people, I want you either right now or after to message support and say I want to be in the beta testing group, so that, because like some of these things, like we didn't like, something happened basically where we had an upgrade and it fixed some of the bugs, but it's caused other bugs, and we didn't catch all of those in the testing phase. We need more people to be testing so it doesn't go out with new
With new
issues.
bugs. So
Yeah.
there's 332 MVPs in here. If you guys want to be in the beta testing group to test a product before it comes out, you need to
Yeah.
email support at favorited.com. Email support at favorited.com. Subject line is add me to beta. And then they'll send you the link to apply. Guarantee is not made by just emailing, right? You still have to put in the application for it. But the idea here is before we do a app-wide update, right? Things have been tested by a whole bunch of people beforehand. We just need more testers, a bigger concentration group.
Courtney,
Hi,
I saw
DC.
that. Courtney, I saw that come through. Did that not get? You didn't get a response there at all? Did you get a response, Courtney?
Okay. Delays on getting the summit still. Kim
Yes.
XO
What
still
timing
waiting
with
for
you?
hers.
No reply yet. Okay.
Okay.
I'll
Best Buy baby flashing his bling over here. That's the diamond, my
Just to know,
ex-member.
on some streak stuff in battles, there was an issue where it was basically staking a streak during a 2v2 when it was not supposed to. That should be fixed now, so streaks are only staked on a 1v1 battle, but they're basically not impacted by 2v2 free for alls or anything like that.
Yeah.
And that was fixed yesterday.
Yep.
So
And we also, what does it say? The streamer doesn't wake up from sleeping frequently. So you mean it's disconnecting, it's going to sleep, and it's not coming back? Did you make sure that your app is updated? Because
So
it is updated. Okay.
okay.
We're go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say on the beta side, right? We've been reporting the issues as they come in, but
Yeah.
I do know, right? I'm doing beta and I'm losing. I didn't see the daily ranking at all. Like I wasn't able to click the podium. I've got a screenshot of that. I don't know if anybody else has missed their golden cup up here. And then the other thing that's been happening is with regard to right the host disappears and they're not in the box, but the live's still going on. It's just that the
Yep.
host is taking a phone call or something, right? And so as soon
Yeah,
as they hang up,
there
they come
needs to be
back. And,
something. Yeah, there needs to be something put in there. I already talked to the team about that.
okay. Big
If
30
Battles is
hasn't
coming
gotten
on
his summit
Studio,
either.
Battles is definitely coming on Studio. That's what we're working on right now. Some of the other stuff that we are working on that's going to be out soon is we have a 2v2 leaderboard that is going to be out soon. And by soon, I mean it should be in the next 2 days.
Wait. Okay, so we don't want to give timelines because anything can happen, right? But
Yes,
very
anything can
soon.
happen. But it's
Uh,
basically done. I've seen it, and there will be a leaderboard specifically for 2v2 teams, right? So
for
basically,
teams.
I mean, whoever you do twos with, right? If you do twos with someone, that becomes a team, and then you can rank on the leaderboard. So start talking to people that you want to be on a team with.
Okay, that's amazing. I love that. We had talked when we first talked about issuing 2v2s, right? That we were going to be able to have like our nuggets maybe between like if me and Best Buy play and then me and Zach play, we're like two different teams. So if Zach and I have 3 nuggies and me and Best Buy have 25, like it's different, right? But I don't remember talking about a 2v2 leaderboard, and that's really exciting. That's really fun.
Yeah.
That's really fun.
That's about to pop off. And then wait, did someone
Okay,
say
Justin, we've
you
talked
guys?
6 times about Pride gifts, my love.
Are we waiting? Are people saying that, oh, summit delays, right? There are
Yeah.
summit delays. Can someone message me on, do we have a timeline for that? Because I know that there was some issue with the, I know there was some issue with the actual software that we were using specifically for, so there was a technical issue. But we have a timeline with that? Do we know? It's also been compounded by, the office move, because our animation team, all of their workstations are in the process of being moved right now. They're not in the new office yet. That it would only be a few days. Well, to be honest with you, I don't have visibility on when that's going to be fixed. But I mean, everyone who has a summit incoming, like, it's tracked. Wish you didn't have to. So Mark, you're saying that you're having the
Refollow.
refollow bug. Do we
And bells too, the notifications. Yeah.
do we have visibility on the refollow bug? Eric, are you looking at that?
So let's just kind of hit some of the things that we always kind of have brought up with new users and people want to check status. So we know that the summit eventually will have a good way to communicate, because we're waiting for the activities feed to be rebuilt into an inbox, and then we can have the in-app communication a lot more efficiently, right? So that's going to be an update that we're all very, very excited about getting. But that's going to be a big difference for sharing the live out as well. We have to wait for that inbox rebuild, right? Okay.
Yes, for sharing the live out 100%. I mean, that's being actively worked on now. Eric
So
is the
that's
backbone. We love Eric.
We love Eric. We love, you know what? And Best Buy put it in the chat just now. Thank you, Best Buy baby, for that diamond, by the way. He said, great job, team. Great job, right? I know that when we get together for Wisdom Wednesday, a lot of it is just information overload, and a lot of it is, here are my problems. I've got Zach's ear, here are my problems. But ultimately, you guys, this is also a place for us to thank our leadership team and ensure that everyone knows that this rising tide is lifting all our boats, and to make sure that we all have an opportunity to say thank you.
Yeah,
All right, so
I'm very confident that this is going to be like the low period in terms of glitches and bugs, because there's a lot of bugs that are coming from a specific infrastructure piece that we have in the app that we are changing to a new. We've got another comment over here from.
We do have something that was introduced in yesterday's build, which is now if you have a stream crash or you just like swipe out of your app and you tap in, you can resume your stream. And it goes to where you left off.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay. Okay, that's going to be nice. So if we do crash out, we can click on that little resume stream there if we're the host of the live. Okay.
Yeah. If let's say something safety quick. If something's going on, good. That's good to hear. I mean, I think that's the first time that someone has been happy about the quickness of the response.
The safety.
We have been working on that for a while.
Winning.
Also, so the sleepy Z's is like not like we're still determining the root cause of the sleepy Z's. We're doing some stuff there, but basically now worst case scenario, if you swipe out, you can resume the same exact stream without losing your view.
Yeah.
So the sleepy Z's are reduced. They're just not gone completely, right? Yeah, they're reduced for sure.
Yeah.
We're not seeing the Z's as often.
Basically, if anything goes wrong with the stream, you can just swipe out and resume your stream. Like that's the main point of it.
Okay.
Yeah, it should be like 80% reduced.
And the reset connections is actually helping us reset connections, not just resetting being able to see the gifts and stuff, right?
Yeah, have we added the reset connections button to the viewer side yet?
Oh.
Is that something we've done? Is that something we talked about? No, has not happened yet, but we will have.
That would
Yeah,
be
the
cool.
reset-
Yeah, I hadn't seen that for the chat participants. That's good.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of bugs that are just like, we know why they're happening. We can't necessarily fix them ourselves until we make this infrastructure change. And this infrastructure change is like in progress. So when that happens, we'll, yeah.
Zach, JB
Yes.
is asking, can you hold down and make sure you have version 2.0.71?
Wait, say that again?
JB wants you to find out if you have version 2.0.71. Can you hold down and
I have App Store version right now.
Okay.
Yes, I am on 2.0.71.
Okay. and I am on beta. Make
Yep.
sure they have. Oh, JB, what do you mean? Okay, make sure they have that. Hold down to
For hold
refresh.
down screen. Okay. So we did put that in. Okay. So you guys, everyone in here, you can hold down the screen, just like long press in the middle of the screen, and you can refresh the stream yourselves.
Okay. Not when you're okay. Okay, good. Okay, there you go. All right, you guys, there you go.
Yeah, crypto we will have available to reload at some point. Investing in favorited, no timeline on that yet. But
Yeah,
by
crypto.
being here every day, you are investing at least your time, and it will be rewarded. We will be rewarding streaks. Oh, can you see me?
You're glitching a
My
little
live
bit.
stream is lagging.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You're not in the
Okay.
new office, are you?
Well, we are in the new office. We don't actually have the permanent we don't have the permanent Wi-Fi yet.
Okay.
So
All right.
this is like a temporary Wi-Fi, so it might be a little bit laggy.
It's a little bit.
Yes, there will be rewarding streaks. That I'm very excited about. We are scoping that out right now.
Any ETA
But I
on
mean, yeah,
sprint
that's been
payouts?
not I don't know, but that is 100% on there's a whole bunch of stuff on payouts. Man, what is going on here? Hold on.
Yeah. Why don't you refresh
Let
your
me see if I
connection,
can
Zach?
switch Wi-Fi. We're gonna try something here. See if it works.
So Zach did mention that very soon we're going to have 2v2 gamer ranks, so battle ranks for 2v2 teams. We'll have their own ranks soon. And then he did also mention that we're working on Battle for Studio, Battle for co-hosting for Studio. Okay.
How's that? We good?
You are.
Sleepy
Oh,
Z's?
much
Nope.
better.
There we
Much
go.
better.
Cool.
There, everyone over here. I don't know if you saw, but you're having a great hair day. They said.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, as my hair gets longer, it gets curlier.
Mine gets more lumpy. I don't know.
Lumpy is okay.
It's a
I think you
thing.
say wavy and
No,
lumpy.
it's lumpy. They're lumpy.
Okay.
There's not waves. Waves are lumps. It's fine. Lumpy like oatmeal. All right, my darlings. Here's the thing.
yeah.
Let's start talking about hair and start talking about how amazing our updates have been recently. We are looking forward to having. Oh, Slays wants to know about gamer badges.
Yeah,
Like
gamer
podium for gamers.
like gamer medals, we don't have yet.
Yes.
There the medals for everything other than daily rankings are going to come out, I think, a little bit later. It's probably going to be when we come out of beta. Right now, I think it's just going to be special events and the daily rank, like the overall daily rankings that have medals.
Okay.
Because also we're going to revamp that system. We're going to have a revamped profile at some point.
Okay.
Cool. We also, let me just.
With regard to
Yeah.
the category rankings, right? So gamer rankings, musician rankings. What about
Yes.
categorizing like lives so that when people come
Yes.
on board, they're only shown lives that maybe they're
Yeah,
interested.
that's 100% what we're going to do. I don't have a timeline on that, but that's like the priority is like the glitches and then the basic features, and then from there we will get categorized lives. Yeah,
Okay.
we're 100% have visibility on that. The question is like, how are we categorizing? What are we prioritizing? How are we laying it out? Um, but yeah, I'm super excited about the VidCon, the VidCon activation. Um, it's also going to introduce a new thing in the app that's going to be permanent. It'll be the first time that we have this thing in the app, which should be fun and exciting. So hopefully people enjoy that.
We're in beta, bro. It's gonna be a thing.
Yes.
Thing.
Dude, I
Okay.
can't there's like there will be, I mean, I talked about the beta badge, right, along with the OG,
Yes.
but I think we're also going to have like, I think the beta badges will probably look different based on if you kept your streak throughout the beta.
Okay.
Like if you didn't like leave the app and then come back. People are like, "Oh yeah, there's people leaving the app." They're leaving the app temporarily.
They'll be back. They'll be back.
They will all be back.
So I like that idea though, right? Somebody that's kept their streak versus somebody that was here that still gets the designation, but they don't get all the ham, right?
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
little
yeah.
slices. Yeah. They can have the spam a lot. They always come
Yeah.
back. That's right.
Something like that.
All right, so let's just touch on a couple things then, right? We've got the chat rebuild that's happening, right? People are still wanting to pin comments, pin gifts, have a slow mode and an increased size for the chat. That's still coming, right?
Pinned comments is very, very close.
Okay.
Do I have
And
can I say an actual time for pinned
no,
comments?
don't give time. Don't.
I mean, the only way I'll give time is if it's actually,
Like in the update.
oh, we don't, oh, no, pinned gifts.
Pin gifts and pin like both of those, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Pin gifts, we don't have, we have a scoping. We don't know when that's coming out.
Okay.
Pin comments, DT,
Moderators will be able to do that, right?
can I say a time? Do we have a time? Interesting. David, can I say a time for pinned comments? Oh, okay. There's one bug. There's one bug before we put it in.
Okay.
I'm only going to say it really if it's like tomorrow, and that's why I'm saying the timeline for 2v2 leaderboard, because 2v2 leaderboard is done.
So we have an update coming out tomorrow then?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's going to be put in via update in the app or it's going to be OTA and it's already in this build.
And it's already there.
But it's basically, yeah, we
Okay.
basically have it.
Okay, that's really exciting. That's going to be a lot of fun. We have a lot of people having fun with that. Any
Nice.
update on subscriptions?
Roundtable, congrats. Subscriptions, not a timeline. We also are, there's a broader scope around subscriptions too that we're talking about. So that's going to be after VidCon for
Okay.
sure. But I don't know like a specific timeline on that.
JB did confirm that we will need to be doing an update for the pin comments feature.
Got it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the update. Yeah, pin comments for sure. I was talking about 2v2 leaderboards.
Okay.
Can I say that one? I think I can say that one. We are going to have rating soon.
Like rated G, rated R, rated X, rated
RAIDING.
rating. Okay, so that
Rating.
means when we end the live,
Raids.
the whole chat is put into some other random live.
Yeah, you can be able to raid people.
That's amazing. Will we be able to select who to raid to?
Yeah, it's choosing. It's not random.
Okay.
Randomization stuff is something also we're prioritizing. That I'm not going to give a timeline, but like randomizing different things.
Slays is asking about randomizing battles, right? We talked about a battle randomizer and a co-host search list. We were hopeful that those would come out quickly.
Yeah, I'm not going to give a timeline, but that is more immediate than other things. That is closer than other things.
So VidCon is in T-minus 2 weeks from today.
Yep.
Right? Now, you guys had mentioned last week or the week before that there may be an opportunity for those that didn't meet the top 100 list to be able to come to the party if they were in the area. Is there going to be any updates on that, or is the capacity max?
I wouldn't set expectations to come to the party. I think what I said was there will be opportunities to like meet the team and say hi.
Okay.
I'm going to try to see most people if they come. You know, if they're on Fave, I'm going to try to see, say hi to people who are at VidCon. VidCon is worth going to, no matter what. When I started going to VidCon, I like just went to the panels and didn't really see much. Like I met great people though. Like you don't have to go to any specific party. I didn't get into any of the parties or do anything. Now obviously we're sponsoring VidCon. We're sponsoring VidCon. We're throwing parties, but like VidCon is fun either way. I think it's really more about VidCon is a lot of fun if you are inspired to make content, to be an entertainer, to see other people that have gone down that path and why they have. Like,
Yeah.
it's inspiring. It's a very inspiring experience, no
Yeah.
matter what. And if you're there at VidCon, I think I will try to figure out something where, you know, we can do a meetup or something. I'm not sure exactly what it'll look like, but I would not set expectations on going to the party because the party has got very limited space.
Okay.
So
Okay, so the favorited party that is
smaller
being
and
co-thrown with Fourth Wall is
fourth
pretty
wall.
much just like by invitation only. Don't expect
Yes,
to get there.
absolutely.
But favorite, it's going to have presence through the whole event, the
Yes.
whole weekend, and there's going to be so many MVPs from favorited, the staff, of course, but also all of these incredible creators. I've got, you know, a whole list of people that I need to get and squish and squeeze. Also, though, by the way, I know I told you that I'm 6'1". I'm really like 7'1".
Nice.
So that when you see me in a trench coat and I may have 3 or 4 favorite, it's like on my back sneaking in. It's not, it's fine. It's fine. It's just, I'm really that size. Also,
love it.
Best Buy is asking about emails about plane tickets. I want to say that probably has already been sent to Best Buy. So maybe Best Buy reach out.
Not all the information has gone out yet. There is specific information that will still be disseminated. If there's anything specific to your situation, hit up us, whoever your contact is, or support directly, and we'll figure that out. You
He has
said your
nothing.
email
Nothing.
support should have received it. Okay, yeah, please.
I'm coming to pick you up, Best Buy.
Again, if anyone in here wants to be part of the beta group to make sure that we get these bugs ironed out very quickly, please message support and they will give you an application. Is this live content or live data?
Yeah, it's live data.
The
Okay.
co-host
But-
search is not out yet, but it's coming. The co-host search
But
is
this
coming. Not out yet.
this we probably will start this. Oh, are we just going to put this out as like the weekly, so it'll already be
So right now, this
populated?
is all from the beginning of the
Oh, the beginning of the week.
Yeah, this one resets.
There it is.
Is it there?
leaderboard. It's not there. This is
Okay.
this is on.
That's what it. Oh my
GT's
gosh!
phone.
Look, who can you tell us who's number 1? I can't. It's backwards.
Number 1 is G Boo Boo
Boo boo.
and Dylan.
And Dylan.
Hi, Dylan, unavailable.
Woohoo! Dylan unavailable and Jabubu. Jabubu's waiting for his summit, by the way. Yes. Who's number 2 and number 3?
G Boo Boo. Number 2, Be Kind Always and Dylan.
Let's go.
Number 3, Kevin Creekman and Matt Mastro.
Nice. Look at that.
This is the teams from the beginning of the week.
And is it going by combined score, like coins earned, or nuggies?
It's-
It's basically that. So it's the same way that
Same ways.
same way that normal like daily and weeklies work, but only counts points when you were in a 2v2 match with somebody else.
That's amazing. You guys, that is so cool. That is so cool. Zach's favorite color is like the transition between orange and red. So orange or red hearts for Zach and DT to applaud them, my darlings. Oh yeah, the flame is fine. You guys all up in there.
Flame is good.
Orange,
Yeah,
red
flame
hearts.
is good.
Flame it. Flame it. Give them applause. That's amazing, you guys. How fun is that?
Hi, Fire
That's
Nice.
amazing. Look at.
Yeah, the flames. I love it. Appreciate
Thank
you
you,
guys.
guys.
I know there's been pain points and we've still got all these bugs, but we're gonna get through it, and there's so much cool stuff coming, honestly.
I mean, we've talked about all this cool stuff for ages, and it's really nice to have, all these new people come in and just from the get-go say, this is amazing, instead of like, what about this, what about that, to come in here and be like, oh, we already have 2v2, oh, we already have this, we have that. It's really nice to have new people join and really love the product from day one. And we
Yeah.
do get a lot of compliments, Zach, that we
And-
try and pass on, but you're amazing.
And I know there's like the sentiment of like we're talking to these TikTok creators or something like that. Like the core, we care about the core of our community more than anything else. And if it's been, if we haven't been communicating enough, we haven't been, as clear with like what's going on, it's partly is just because there's so much stuff happening internally as we're building the team. But I'm very excited to like start to be more a part of the community like I was, about a year ago when I was like streaming a lot more and talking to people more. Especially once we move into this new office, like it's gonna be so nice to not have to deal with all the kind of bull crap we've been dealing with for, is that G? Bull crap?
No, crappity crap.
Okay, good.
No, geez.
Medals
I mean,
for
yes,
2v2 won't-
that's the worst you could say. That's the worst you could say. Pull over. I need that speed demon right away.
Yeah, if you're saying plus ones, like if you're already on the list or something and there's a plus one, please message the team, either support or everything, and we'll we'll talk about it. We have to manage this with capacity and also with the other company that we're doing this with,
Fourth
Fourth
Wall.
Wall. So
Which, by the way, we're going to try and get Fourth Wall and Beacons here on a Wisdom Wednesday to discuss all the
yes,
services that they have.
yes,
If you guys don't know Fourth Wall, if you click my link right up here on my profile, click my Beacons link, all the products and merch that I'm doing is actually with Fourth Wall. The Beta Baddies, the Original Gangster, the Sprinkle Twinkle, the Meg stuff, all that stuff, you guys, that's all through Fourth Wall, and it has been absolute breeze and a dream. I design it, and then they handle the collection of payment and the shipping and the manufacturing, and it's amazing.
yeah.
Okay, so gaming ranks history page added, and the 2v2 games and the categorizations we've all kind of touched on. The overlying message I'm hearing here, Zach, is that if there's going to be something in the next update or product update that we have within a couple of days, you guys are happy to tell us it's coming out within days. Otherwise, all these things we've been talking about being worked on are still being worked on, right?
Not everything. If there's surprises, you're not going to find out until even the beta people won't find out until it actually happens.
Okay.
There's certain surprises, like gaming ranks trophies. I said that's going to be more towards when we come out of beta.
Yeah, not showing live is a big one we've talked about. Yeah, that's really important. For us
I'll
to
get a
be able to show
surprise
live.
haircut. Yeah, I mean, that will be a surprise when I have the time to actually prioritize going out and getting a haircut.
We want to see how curly
showing
it gets.
live. Showing live, we're aware of that. We're working on that. Join the beta, please, because that's something that we need to test a lot.
So Renee, this has actually come up a couple times. We've talked a little bit about categories, right, and how important it is. You guys, are you still doing a discovery page rebuild where we'll have different tabs for categories, like a music tab or a get ready with me tab, a lifestyle tab? Is that kind of the idea?
Yeah, I don't know if it's tabs or what it's going to be, but we for sure will have categorization. Yep, as we push into more different kinds of content. Oh, what? Thank you. I
What was it?
appreciate that, but it was a summit.
Let's go.
What was that? Who was that?
Well, Joka and
Half
Scarface.
sack Zach. I love it.
And he says F cancer, right in the sack.
Yeah, F cancer for
Right in
sure.
the sack. We love you, Zach.
Appreciate you, Zach.
By the
Good
way,
name.
the summits, we have screen recordings of our first Favorite Prestige summits, where we had 8 different summits come in all at the same time, and we've got those are being sent over to the favorited team to see if any of that can be used for commercials. Last time we talked, Best Buy came in, and you had said, "Hey, Best Buy, why don't you do a commercial for favorited?" And then we said, "Wait a minute, why don't we all get together and submit our submissions for commercials?" So we have the Cheese Ball Challenge, we have the summits, we have the Diamond Prestige games we've been playing, all the metalheads and the gemstones. So we're getting all of that snipped and clipped to get over to Favorited to see what can be used for advertising, because we think the best thing about Favorited is, right, our creators, and that's what we want to
In our
highlight.
community.
Yeah.
Everything's connected. Email support and say want to join the beta.
Yeah.
They will send you the application.
So the beta's been great. One thing that you have to commit though. If you are going to be in the beta, you have to commit that you're going to report the glitches. It doesn't do us any good for you to be on the beta and complain about this and complain about that and never tell anybody, right? So you have to go back and report what your results are. That's the trade-off. You can have the early access, but you have to let us know what is working and what's not.
Absolutely.
Screen recordings, screenshots, all that stuff.
There's an application process. Not everyone will get into beta, but most people will.
Those of you that have like different phones, right? So we have a lot of, of the newer phones that are being tested, but we want to see all of you, cavemen with Androids. We want to know what kind of phone you have, right? Where you're connecting all this stuff.
Yep. 28 days. Yeah, the big streaks are amazing. I'm really excited when we start having these things that make streaks really worthwhile.
We want to have the Nuggy streaks back.
The Nuggy streaks. Oh,
Yeah.
like Nuggies in general, yeah.
Well, no, like when we did the Nuggy Royale and you only lost one, and we want that.
Instead of the streaks.
All of them, yeah.
We will have lots of stuff in the long term for sure. Right now, we need to get out the basics. So yeah, I mean that's what I can say is coming like in the immediacy. But obviously, like you know, the bigger stuff that we will get out before coming out of beta is the inbox and the
Yeah, and the
subscription.
chat rebuild. Speaking of coming out of beta, again, to clarify, right, Favorited right now is still in beta, right? We're still building it. We have opened up for anyone that is interested to have early access to features. If you want to have some beta access for other stuff, email support@favorited.com. The subject is, I want beta, right? And then they'll send you the application link. But we don't have, no, we're no longer saying there's like a firm date to come out of beta, right? We'll eventually be out of beta, but
Yes.
it's not like we're shooting for a firm date, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I mean, there's not a firm date, but we'll probably be announcing it, you know, at least a month in advance.
Okay. All right. And we can have a big old, you know, full launch party, right?
Yeah.
Favorited worldwide. Speaking of worldwide, any movement on PayPal international payouts or our EU friends?
There's movement, but hold on. There's movement, but I don't have a timeline. There's other things that we're doing there, and it's actually not just PayPal. There's other payment systems that we're trying to integrate as well for international.
For international.
Yep.
And we do have, right, we mentioned that we're testing Studio, right? We're doing beta on Studio. We're doing updates there. But the question did just scroll through. We eventually, after we are worldwide full out of beta, will eventually have an opportunity for people to utilize the app with a desktop, not necessarily broadcast, but watch streams and things like down the road. They can use it on a desktop instead of a phone.
That is, I mean, that is like very far down the road. I don't have, in terms of consumption of streams, we mostly want to keep that to phone.
For the phone, right?
Because there's going to be a lot of game modes that will require, like, it's just going to make sense to have it on your phone. I don't know. I'm not going to give a specific timeline, but that's not a priority.
I mean, we've talked about it, but again, like way future. What
Yeah.
will happen first is everything, right? The main app, the phone app is
Yeah.
the mobile app is the big one.
Just to address, there's sometimes Stripe is just straight up lying, and they're saying that it's our problem, but it's not our problem. There's something wrong with the account, something wrong with your account. When your account is on hold from Stripe, they will say, "Oh no, it's favored. It has to do something." So it's not always accurate. Sometimes there's a different hold on it, but you can always reach out to support, and they will give you clarification there.
A question about chargebacks affecting the recipient and not the naughty gifter.
That the actual system for that is still in progress.
Can we just go through the best practice? Ultimately, right? It's not like we assume people are doing something shady. It's that maybe your credit card company sees the charge and thinks it might be fraudulent, so they put a hold on your account, right?
Yep.
And then what your best practice is to contact support or payments immediately. Say, hey, my card is just holding right now. It's really legitimate. I'll work through it so that your account doesn't get frozen off, right?
You know, talk to your bank. Like our payments team will walk through it with you, and will give you the steps needed to reconcile the account. Basically, it depends on a lot of specifics. There's a lot of different practices that we have to have for different scenarios. So it's not as simple as like there's one thing that you do with any kind of hold. Like it depends on how much there is, and yeah.
Dee asked if free-for-alls have anything to do with the 2v2 leaderboard, and the answer
Not
is
yet.
no, right?
No, I mean no. No, free-for-alls are not 2v2s. It's specifically only 2v2s right now.
Okay.
Not saying that there won't be stuff in the future, but right now it's just 2v2s.
We are loving the additional moderator functions that have been released. Just to confirm, we will have additional moderator functions and moderator levels of access coming out, so that they will be able to, bring people up and down and do the same things a host can do. Okay.
Yep, 100%.
Okay. Sir Ken is thanking support for getting back to him within 2 minutes. Amazing. Tanner, if we're adding leaderboards with histories, can we add the same history page to gaming? speaking of histories, right? It's not necessarily the leaderboard history, but also the stream analytics. I'm having a hard time getting my transaction history to pull, even just for the last 5 minutes. Let alone, we want to have the total history, but that's going to have to wait for the inbox, right?
You're right now. You're having trouble bringing up the transaction history
Yeah, it won't even load
in
yet.
the beta, or in just like in the last recently.
I have not tried today, and I did install the new test today, so I'll have to get back to you if it's still.
Okay. Does the beta group have that context? Do they know? Have you said that?
I believe so. I'm sorry, I thought you were asking your team.
No.
Yeah, I believe so. I can confirm it though.
Okay, cool. Yeah. 1 year OGs. Yeah, 1 year OGs. I mean, they're 100, like 1 year, 365 days is going to be a big milestone. We have it planned out. I don't know when it's going to be in there, but it's in the immediacy, like in the immediacy of like building that system out. So, I mean, there will be things that you have after that too. So,
So
Also,
we do know that you.
Yeah, for context, our general practice for any type of new things we do, like achievements and so on, is that they are to an extent retroactive.
yes. I mean, a lot of stuff is going to be retroactive.
Okay.
And we keep track of the people who are sticking with us, who have the long streaks. Like, all of that is going to get rewarded.
The 2v2 leaderboard that we were just shown with is available within days, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's in there. Yeah. When do you know when 2v2 leaderboards will be in?
And you just shot me the banner, so I'm just gonna see if I can get that in, how that looks.
Okay.
And if that's good to go, we'll put it in.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it could be today.
We love it. We love it. We love a tease. So just to reiterate, the Pride gift, right? We have one, but right now, because you guys are moving offices and the animators' desks are completely torn apart, so we have to get back in the new office and everything set back up before they can work on that. But it was top of mind. And the other thing is that report button was moved a little bit, but it's not moved completely, right? Because it's still over the box when we're in the 6 on this side. So that is still there. Is it going to delay summit gifts? Again, animation, right? Animators don't have computers set up completely, so I'm sure they're going to need to be set up before they can do their summit for the remaining handful, right?
Sorry, hold on one second.
$285 MVPs in here, guys. You can't upload new photos to the story. We've never been able to upload photos to the story, Mark Anthony. It's just videos. Are you asking if we are going to be able to do photos in the future? Because if that's the answer, then yes. I mean, if that's the question, the answer is yes. We'll report button is specific layouts, but working with new. Thank you. Yeah, so the report button is not over the boo box when you're in 8, but when you're in 6 down the side, it's like right there. Yeah, so we'll watch for that update when it does get moved. Thank you so much, JB.
Cool.
Just Missy, you don't put in a ticket for bullying and harassment. You email safety@favorite.com. You can report the stream.
You can put in a ticket, but it's more direct to go to safety at. Oh, nice.
Oh, Farrell, freaking amazing. Yes, I forgot. There was one big thing and I couldn't remember what it was. It's number of followers to go live. It's still 25. We know it's supposed to change. Any updates on that?
I don't have an update on that, but I'm tracking it very closely. I like there. It's a broader conversation. We know that we don't want people to be just immediately going live, not have experience, not have built up their thing, and take viewership from other people. However, we want people to be able to be interacting and pull in boxes and potentially co-hosting with people very quickly, because there's a part of it that's live streaming to an audience. There's a part of it that is going live and interacting with people and meeting people and stuff like that. There's two different kind of use cases for going live. It's not necessarily everyone's going to be an entertainer with a big audience. Some people are just going to go live and meet people. So we're figuring out how to balance those two things. It probably will go up. I mean, no, in a box you can go in a box immediately. Go live alone is 25. We probably will just raise it from a go live solo standpoint, but we also may. Okay, so we have the report button should be done fairly quickly to have it not obfuscate people.
Okay.
It is in progress right now.
We know that it was moved a little bit. Woodrow the Husky was just confirming that it was changed on a lot of people's lives. It's not on mine, right? We do the 6 on the side, and it's still an issue for us. But we're grateful that you guys are looking at it. Yeah.
Yeah, so we are making a better solution there.
Hi, Fat Billy. All right, do you, Zach? Do we have you for any longer than the hour today? We're right at the hour. Do you have time for Q&A?
I can
Looks
do
like
just a little bit longer, probably like 10 more minutes.
Okay. Do you want to keep merging like this, or do you want to pop over here?
I could pop over there. Well, let's keep merging like this for a little bit longer,
Yeah.
and then at 30, I'll do 10 minutes over there.
Okay, deal. That way we can get some of you up in some boxes. Okay, so Farrell, really good, great questions from you today. So Poet Family, thank you so much. So we talked a little bit about the followers going live. We've talked about the prestige gifts. We've talked about the summits, right? But the other question is the personalized gifts, right? So we've talked about that in the past, where if you are a certain level of verification or you've reached a certain prestige, then you get your own gift that's not shared. It's not a summit where it's just your flag, like you design it, right?
Yep, at certain
But that's
levels.
certain levels of verification.
Yep.
And we do know that the levels of verification right now and the prestige levels right now, it's just very basic what you guys are seeing and kind of your rewards for our hard work. But that will, eventually be, there'll be more provided to certain levels of prestige and verification levels, right?
Yes. Oh yeah. That we've not even started in on that. There is going to be a team that's focused on that.
I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. What's
Where's
the
the
stream clip?
stream clipping? Stream clipping will also be a part of this for sure.
And we do know too, right? We'll have a record of our live stream. Like the whole stream will be recorded at some point that we can go back and access for clips and snips, right?
Not for everyone, and that's not something I want to promise. But that is something that we want to give to people at a certain level.
Okay.
Or potentially people who have that is something that's going to be available at some point.
Incentive for gifters coming, gifter leaderboards coming, and the ability to hide our gifter badge coming, right?
Hide the gifter badge 100%. The gifter gifter rewards, gifter focus stuff, yeah, 100%. We have a whole gifter program, that elevated gifter program that we're working on for some certain people, not for everyone, but yeah.
I love that. I love the focus
Yes.
on the gifters too. Yeah.
I mean,
this is my badge.
The way that we look at it, there's streamers, obviously there's gifters, but we look at it as parts of our community. So it's focused on the community as a whole and rewarding people who contribute to the community in all different ways, as gifters, as streamers, as mods, as advocates, like everyone who is not for everyone, meaning like there's an elevated gifter program that is for a certain level, but we are going to have rewards and support for everyone on here. So we hide the amount of hide to stop being bullied. Well, if someone's bullying you, please report them. Just in general, we need everyone to just report. We also, something that no one is going to see, and it's not something that like is fun for everyone at this point, but we are building a lot of stuff on the back end for trust and safety to be able to respond more quickly, to be able to give people the nudges to not behave in certain ways. So that's stuff that we've been working on for a long time, and that is almost done. If you're seeing people that are getting bullied, or if they're bullying people or making comments about certain things, just report them. Just report them. What's not working?
Well, we did have, right, last week's Wisdom Wednesday and the week before were very much focused on trust and safety and
Yes.
security and right, the community. And it really is going to take us, you guys, if we want to have Favorited continue to be the app for people who love to love, we have to really make sure that we are not engaging in those lives where that kind of vitriol is being spat out and those kind of conversations are being had, right? We're going to report and not engage, report and move on, so that those lives don't get the traffic that they shouldn't.
Lisa, you're saying that you didn't get any response from support?
Polo says, I ain't no snitch. Snitches get stitches. Is that what Kristen says?
Absolutely no response. That is very unacceptable. Okay, so please, if anyone is in here, I'll just write this down, and I'm gonna follow up right after that.
Since May 13th. Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah, I mean,
After.
if someone has reached out to support and you haven't gotten a response, please tell me. Like that is one of the things that I want to know in here, because every person should have a response very quickly. Okay,
Someone
I'm gonna
asked. Okay, you want to pop over here?
I'm gonna pop over.
Okay. You guys, if you want to continue with
You
Wisdom
can
Wednesday.
report everything. It will all be, anything that you want to report. Yeah.
Yeah, just because you report it doesn't mean that anything's
Yeah,
going to happen, right?
obviously we're taking trust and safety extremely seriously. Okay, I'm gonna pop over.
Come on
Everyone
over to the
go over
site,
to
guys,
Meg's
and
live.
request a
I'm gonna
box, and
jump
I'll bring
off,
some
and
of
then
you
I'm
up.
gonna go into her boxes.
Okay, we're going to bring some of you up, okay? Tanner's dad's a lawyer. If we need expert advice. All right, my darlings. I'm going to end the disconnect. I'm going to disconnect Zach.
All right.
All right, pop over here if you got, well, obviously. Hi, my darlings. So that was very much chaotic, but just like bam, 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 and just reading through the chat. We were expecting to have Fareed to talk about growing as a creator off the app. I'm really excited that Zach came over. We always have a great time when Zach comes over and we get all the updates that we all are kind of foaming at the mouth for, literally foaming at the mouth because cheese balls cheetle like all over, like Cheetle. Like this sparkle here, this glow, this is cheese powder. Okay, it's everywhere. It exploded. It's amazing. Get your bucket of cheese balls. Let's do the cheese ball challenge and come over and play prestige games with us too if you want to show off your badge. All right, let's see if we can get Zach in here. And if you guys want to have a box, I've got a couple of you that have already requested, so we'll bring you up in order of request. Of course, my darlings, you never have to. You don't have to pay to get in my boxes, my darlings. You just, we'll bring you up in order of request, of course, unless there's someone specific that like DT last week or the week before was asking for specific people to be brought up. Hi, gorgeous Jules Opals, honey. Thank you so much. If we do bring you in a box, it's one question, and please be respectful of the few minutes that we have with Zach. All right, let's get you in here, my excellent brother. All right.
Yo.
Yo. What it is, Dab Turkey? All right, let's get Diamond Bait and Scarface and Dr. Pink in here to start. Hi, everything's connected, Hunter. All right, Diamond, you were very first to request Diamond Bait. What's up?
Yes, good afternoon. Good afternoon, good people.
Hello.
Hello, hi. Was just asking, could we have more boxes for when we have our box battle or having our big
More. You mean
gathering or stuff like that?
more than 9 boxes?
They want to have
Yes.
12.
Or 12? Yeah. I mean, at some point that will be obvious. It's something that will come with performance improvements and infrastructure changes too. But yeah.
They're on their way, my friend.
And the next thing is why is it only the host can bring up someone? Can the co-host bring up someone just like how they can take down someone?
Yes.
Um,
The
Say that
co-host?
again. Co-host.
not the person that can take down somebody in your boxes.
The moderators.
The moderators, yeah.
Yeah.
Moderators. Yeah. Moderators pulling people up is imminent. We're on top of that.
On top of that. Okay. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, gorgeous
We
Diamond,
got you.
honey.
Thank
Of
you.
course.
All right. All right, next was Scarface. Scarface, nice summit.
Hey, what's going on, man? My question was, if you're getting like reports, if you're getting hate reported, like how do you combat that or something like? I feel like
That's-
I've been like reported or something, or my account is just not getting pushed out because I heard her say like you can report it and leave out, and then that'll stop the traffic from coming to your live.
Well, we don't shadow ban people. We don't take action without informing you of what's going on. So,
Okay.
if there's been a report that is not legitimate, it is, no, there's no action that's taken. But we're not like shadow banning you because of someone reporting you.
Okay.
Everything will be very clear if something happens.
So you'll be made aware of any action taken before it's taken on
Oh my God.
at you. Like before you're
All right.
banned, blocked, suspended, you'll be communicated with.
And you don't have
Maybe
no
not
shadow
not
bans.
necessarily before, but it'll come along with that. It's not just going to be something that we do
Okay.
with no, yeah,
So basically, reports has no effect on the account until y'all take action.
Right.
until we take action.
Okay.
The reports cause our team to
Okay.
investigate it, and at some point there is certain things that can happen automatically using AI. Like we do have stuff that can happen automatically. That is also coincided with a messaging of like, hey, this is what's happening. It's not, yeah. Some people get warnings. Some people get suspensions. It's communicated what's happening.
I appreciate that. I
Thank
had
you,
another
Scarface.
question, but I can't get it off the top of my head. So
All
till
right.
next Wednesday. All right,
Thank you,
man.
buddy.
Yeah,
Thanks, buddy.
appreciate you.
Love you. All right, Dr. Pink.
Hello, Megs. Hello, Zach.
Hello.
How's everyone doing? Okay, my question is, what is the lack of response time? Because I know you might have read in the chat that my wife, 33 Pinky, has been waiting since May 13th for a response back. They did get back to her with a preliminary, but we've reached out constantly since then and no word back on anything. She's
Say,
cashed out April 28th on her cash out day, and she has yet to receive a penny from it.
you say your wife?
Yes, her name is 33 Pinky.
Did you guys email support or was this to payments? It was a cash out issue? Was that?
We've emailed. They responded back. They let us know there was an investigation upon the situation. Red flags, possible chargebacks, so forth and so on.
And they didn't give you a specific timeline?
They said if we don't get back to you within 3 to 5 business days, continue emailing this thread.
And you emailed that thread?
I've since sent about 15 emails since then.
Okay.
With some transparency. That's all we were looking for. Transparency and answers.
Yep. You should have comms.
That's all we're looking for. I understand that, investigations do take some time. I get that. I respect that. However, at the very minimum, we should get a response back. We're still working on it. Not complete silence from the staff. Because that's not fair to us.
Yep. I will follow up on that.
I'd appreciate it.
I'll follow up in that thread.
Thank you, Dr. Pink. Thank you, Sweet Pinky. Love you guys.
Thank you very much. You guys have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Crazy Stacy Firebird, my love.
Hey guys. I don't really have a question. I just want to make you aware. And maybe I do have a question, but back to reporting creators that are being offensive. There was 2 or 3 times I've opened the app, and you know how it automatically goes to FYP when you open the app?
Yeah.
And there are some people battling quite a few times. And I'm not easily offended at all. Like, you'll hear me talking some crazy stuff. But if I was new coming into the app, I would definitely probably not come back hearing some of the things that have been said about other people in general, women in general, jokes about weight loss, just sexual innuendos, things that are very offensive. And it happened quite a few times. I actually went into somebody's battle. They called me, I was in the chat. They straight up just got angry about something I said. It was not, I was just joking around. I was not being mean. And they called me in respect to Meg's, a B word. And So I mean, things are getting kind of a
Spicy.
little crazy with some of the things that are being said,
So
and
crazy, Stacy. One of the suggestions that we've made is that when you open the app, maybe it doesn't open up to the watch page, right? Maybe it opens up to discovery. I know that, right, the algorithm is really heavy on watch page because if you scroll through and you go into somebody's live from the watch page, that's a big bump. But I have the same issue where I open up the app and I'm immediately like bombarded with something that I wouldn't normally watch, right? So I have to hurry and just
right,
go
it
right to the
automatically goes to
discovery.
FYP for
Yeah,
me. Yeah,
yeah,
the watch page.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean that
Uh,
most certainly. I mean, chat. What do you guys think if we opened up to not the live but the discovery page instead?
I
Is
think
that
that would be a good start for
yeah?
sure. I guess my question is, if we come across something like that, and you said to report it, should we screen record it or anything like that and include that? I've heard that if you don't have proof, there's really not much you can do about it. So
Well, what I can tell you, my love, is that yeah, the screen recording always helps, or screenshots, or anything to back up like the report. But always report anything that is a violation of community guidelines because that will flag trust and safety if they're not already on it. Anything to add to that, Zach?
Flag trust and safety. I mean, this is there's it's it's an 18 plus app, but that doesn't mean that people should be subjected to what feels like harassment or bullying or being mean. Like
Right.
we are going to have with the tooling of trust and safety in the long term, we are going to have certain kind of soft enforcements on, like, you're going to get a clear message that like this is not acceptable behavior for everyone, and so if you're having this particular behavior, you may not be as promoted in the algorithm. So I don't know, we don't know exactly what that's going to look like yet, but we want people to not be harassing
right,
people.
and I'm
It's
pretty
a, it's
sure
a
that seeing in the community guidelines something about not making jokes about opposite sex or weight loss or things like that. I mean, it just because it
Yep.
wasn't somebody directly, it's still bullying. If somebody was to come in there and had some kind of issue like that, they would be highly offended. It could really affect their mental health.
Yep.
And um, so they were just
It's a
talking. They were talking back and forth. It was a battle. They were joking back and forth, two men, and it was just over the top, just inappropriate.
it's a
Um, like a couple teenagers, ridiculous.
yeah. It's a
Thank you
it's
for
a
Um,
it's a balance.
they weren't calling each other these things. They were just making really bad jokes, like telling each other bad jokes. And highly actually, I was kind of surprised by who they were too. I'm not gonna name any names, but um, I just,
Yeah, I mean,
I
people. It's a balance
not something
with,
I would want to be represented by, for sure.
yeah, it's a balance between letting people speak freely and encouraging people to behave
right,
better,
right.
right? And not
Right.
and in a positive way and be a positive part of the community. It's a
And it is
very
a
difficult, to be clear, this is a very difficult problem that not a single social media platform has solved. This
Right.
is something that we are going to work really hard on in the long term.
right.
It is one of our top priorities. But I mean, this is a hard problem that's going to take time for us to solve.
Right.
That's
And
yeah.
with me being here for almost a year, from back the day, I've always promoted it being a positive community.
Yep.
And, I would like to see that continue. I know we
Yep.
all would. And it's not just banter. I see a lot of comments in the chat about banter. It wasn't banter. I know what banter is. This was not back and forth banter. This was just being really um, inappropriate, not caring who they were offending. It's like they were two men in a room alone. No,
Yeah.
sorry, everybody can hear what you're saying.
That's actually that happens quite a bit. Crazy Stacy, thank you so much for bringing this up. I do. Chat has agreed if we open up to a page other than Watch, where you have more control over what you're going into yourself, right? If you're on Watch and you're scrolling through, you're going to hear what you're going to hear. But
Right,
yeah, we love the idea of if something happens and you're reporting it, it's not going to necessarily negatively affect someone's live stream, but it will get eyes on. And of course, if you can submit your proof, my love, I want to get to
right.
our next question. Thank you you so much for being here. I haven't seen you in a hot minute, so it's nice to have
Thank
you here
you
today.
so much. I hope
Thanks,
you guys are
Helen.
well.
Thanks, Crazy. All right, let's go over to our Sweet Pea. Sweet Pea, you put a comment in the chat, and I wanted you to follow up on it. Do you remember what you said, sweet girl? Sweet girl, are you there? Oh no, sweet girl, are you glitching?
Can you hear me? I hope not.
Yes. Hi.
It was about banning people. We did have Safety come into our chat and she took care of the problem. I loved her. She was really good. She calmed everybody down and said the person was banned. We shouldn't have problems with it. And she left and right back he came. Is that a bug?
So Safety banned them, and they came right back in the chat.
Yes. As soon as she left,
I
right
mean,
back in they came.
can you give me the username
Off app. Off app.
of
Yeah,
the?
I ain't
Off
doing
app.
that.
Sweet girl.
Yeah,
Off app.
Yeah.
Off app. Yep.
Yeah.
yeah.
Email that in, my love. Yeah, that seems
All
like
right.
that's a glitch, right? Because it definitely, right, if somebody comes
Send me
in and
the
says
username.
they've been banned, then yeah.
But like I said,
I mean, because obviously
le-
they know that all the people were in the room, so they know one of 10 people did it. So now it's a harassment thing.
No, it was somebody from Safety did it.
yeah, there's a lot of tooling that's being built on the back end. If there's a temporary bug with something, it may be transient, but yeah, that shouldn't happen.
Okay.
There's ways that people try to get around. We're closing those ways that people try to get around bans as well.
Okay. I mean, they came back on their regular account. It didn't even try to make a new one. They just came back and started laughing and just started harassing everybody that was there. That's all that
Yes.
happened.
Sweet girl, that's exactly, yeah, JB was taken in the chat, says, let us know the username off app and they'll take a look. That was definitely.
Did they get reported again?
I'm sure, but I wouldn't be able to know.
Okay, you didn't report them again?
No, not me. I've already had enough harassment from them, so I just wanted them to go away.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
Thank
I
you, sweet
mean,
girl.
again, anything like that, please message Safety at.
Thanks, Steph. My gorgeous Vixter.
Hi, Meg.
Hi.
You look good today, but you look good every day. So,
Thank you.
my question may be unique, but it's causing me problems. I am basically totally disabled, and I'm bedridden for the most part. It takes 2 people to get me out of bed. So I can't go get an ID to get my stringer badge. I've been trying to get like an organization to take me to get my ID, but I emailed support and told them all this, and they said that no, I could not just get a stringer badge. And how can the problem be solved, Zach? Because I'm on my way to get my gifter badge as well.
So alternate ways to verify your ID outside of like a driver's license or a state ID of some kind?
Yeah.
I mean, verify your ID with a photo and what else could we do?
Oh, so you don't have a state ID and you don't have a passport?
Right.
She's disabled and isn't able to get help to go and get it from the local agencies.
I see. Oh, that doesn't seem. Is that true? That there's no
You have to
ability
provide your
to.
photo ID, your state
No,
ID.
I'm saying like, there's no support for. I mean, this is why I feel like I need to get into politics in like 10 years or something. Because if you're disabled, you should absolutely have support from the state to get your identification, right? This is why when people talk about like voting, oh, everyone who's voting needs to have an ID. Like, well, then people who are disabled need to be able to have the
Provide someone
ability
to go to you. Yeah.
Yes, they
Right.
should have the ability to get
Royal
state ID.
Area, where I live in West Virginia. Do they have that? I'm trying to
Yeah,
get
some
an
states will come to you.
that,
Yeah.
but I want my streamer and gift card bags when they're due.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's definitely a
I
unique
hear you.
situation, but it's still, right, we've got accessibility that we're trying to implement in the app for sure, and that's something that, you know, if you want to reach out to you said you've got some support there that are trying to
I'm
coordinate getting you to where you need, maybe
I'm trying
contacting your
to
social
convince,
worker.
yeah, I'm trying to convince them that it's a need other than for favorited, and they're supposed to get back with me, but I'm afraid their answer's going to be no. So
I mean, yeah, there's legal reasons why we KYC with accepted legal verification identification, but I'm failing to understand like how their state doesn't have support for you to get
Yeah.
a state ID. That's like a massive failing of our system. So I'm. Can you have you put a message into support about this?
Yeah,
yes,
they
and
were.
the TNT Victor 40, my name didn't have ball on it at the end when I put the
Okay.
put it in.
All right. I'll
Thank
look into
you.
this after this, but like, yeah, yeah, that's super unfortunate. I'm sorry going through that.
Thank you so much, Victor, for bringing that up. It's definitely
Thank you, Zach.
good to know. Thank you, my love.
Of
Thank
course.
you, Meg.
Thanks, Vicky. All right,
All
Zach.
right.
Took a little bit more
Thank you.
extra time. Thank
Appreciate
you
you,
so much.
Max. I gotta jump.
Thank you. You're
That's okay.
amazing. Thank you
Cheers,
so much.
guys.
Thank you. Thanks, Zach. We
Cheers,
love you.
guys.
Flames in the chat for our gorgeous Zach. Let's go, you guys. This was Wisdom Wednesday. We recorded it, and I am knocking on the wood.